Hey everyone, let's learn all parts of speech in under 9 minutes. Let's start with nouns. These are words that name a person, a place, a thing, or even an idea. For example, a boy or John is a person. A school or Paris is a place. A book or pen is a thing. And words like love or happiness show ideas. Now let's look at the roles a noun can play in a sentence. Sometimes, a noun acts as the subject, which means it's the one doing the action. As a subject, the noun usually comes at the beginning of the sentence. For example, in John runs fast, John is the subject because he's doing the running. Other times, a noun is an object, which means it receives the action. For instance, in he repaired the car, the noun car is the object because it's receiving the action of being repaired. A noun can also be the object of a preposition, usually coming right after a preposition. In he slept on the bed, the noun bed is the object of the preposition on. Next, let's talk about pronouns. Pronouns are words that replace nouns to avoid repetition. For example, instead of saying, John runs fast, John is tired, John feels proud after the race, we can say, John runs fast. He is tired, he feels proud after the race. Words like he, she, it, and they are some of the most common pronouns. Check out the screen for more examples of commonly used pronouns. Stay tuned and subscribe for separate videos where we'll explore each type of pronoun with more examples. Next, let's talk about adjectives. Adjectives are words that describe a noun or a pronoun. They tell us what kind, which one, or how many. For example, let's take the boy. Without an adjective, we simply say, the boy. Now, if we add an adjective to describe him, we can say, the tall boy. Similarly, we have the dog. Without an adjective, it's just the dog. With an adjective, we can say, the brown dog. And for the house, without an adjective, it's the house. But with an adjective, we can say, the big house. Adding adjectives makes our sentences more colorful and detailed, helping the listener or reader picture exactly what we mean. Here are a couple of examples with adjectives. The red apple is juicy. The happy child is playing. Can you comment below the adjectives used in these sentences? Next, let's talk about verbs. Verbs are words that show an action or a state of being. For example, action verbs tell us what someone or something is doing. Words like run, eat, write, and dance are all action verbs. State of being verbs show existence or condition. Some common ones are am, is, are, was, were. Now, let's look at the roles a verb can play in a sentence. First, a verb can show an action, like in, she runs fast. Next, it can tell what someone has, as in, I have a car. Then, it can show a state of being, for example, he is happy. And finally, verbs can help other verbs, like in, she is going to school. Next, adverbs are words that describe a verb, an adjective, or even another adverb. Now, let's understand adverbs modifying verbs with examples. First, take the sentence, she runs. When we add an adverb, it becomes, she runs quickly. Here, the adverb quickly describes the verb runs, showing how she runs. Next, look at, he arrived. With an adverb, it becomes he arrived late. The adverb late tells us when he arrived, giving more detail about the action. Then consider, they played. Adding an adverb makes it, they played outside. The adverb outside describes where they played, helping us picture the action clearly. Next, let's look at adverbs modifying adjectives. First, consider the sentence, the box is heavy. When we add an adverb, it becomes, the box is very heavy. Here, the adverb very describes the adjective heavy, showing to what extent the box is heavy. Next, let's see adverbs modifying another adverb. Take the sentence, he ran fast. Here, fast is an adverb. We can emphasize it more by adding another adverb. When we do that, it becomes he ran very fast. Here, very modifies the adverb fast, giving more intensity to the action. Next, let's talk about prepositions. Prepositions are words that show the relationship of a noun or pronoun with another word in a sentence. Some common prepositions are on, in, at, under, over. Now, let's see some examples to get a better understanding of how prepositions are used in different situations. Now, let's look at prepositions of place, which tell us where something is. First, the cat is on the table. Here, the preposition on shows that the cat is above and touching the table. Next, the cat is under the bed. The preposition under tells us the cat is below the bed. Then, the cat is inside the box. Here, inside, shows that the cat is within the box. After that, the cat is between the chairs. The preposition between tells us the cat is in the middle of two chairs. Finally, the cat is near the tree. The preposition near shows that the cat is close to the tree. Next, let's talk about prepositions of time, which tell us when something happens. First, the meeting starts at 4 p.m. The preposition at shows the exact time the meeting begins. Next, he was born on Monday. Here, on tells us the specific day of his birth. Then, we met in July. The preposition indicates the month when we met. Finally, no talking during class. Here, during shows the time period in which the rule applies. Prepositions of time help us understand when actions or events take place. Stay tuned and subscribe for a detailed video on each part of speech with visual examples. Next, let's talk about conjunctions. A conjunction is a word that joins words, phrases, or sentences together. Some common conjunctions are and, but, or, so, and because. Let's understand this with a few simple examples. First, I like tea and coffee. The conjunction and joins two nouns together. Next, she is tired but happy. Here, but connects two contrasting ideas. Then, we can go out or stay home. The conjunction or shows a choice between two actions. After that, he didn't come because he was sick. Because explains the reason for something. Finally, I like him, so I helped him. So shows the result of an action. Conjunctions help our sentences flow smoothly by connecting ideas and showing relationships between them. Finally, let's talk about interjections. An interjection is a word or a short phrase that expresses a sudden emotion or reaction. Some common interjections are wow, ouch, hooray, oh, and yay. Let's see a few simple examples. First, wow, that's amazing. Here, wow shows surprise. Next, ouch, that hurts. The interjection ouch expresses pain. Then, hooray, we won the game. Hooray shows excitement and joy. Interjections help us show emotions clearly in a sentence, making our speech more lively and expressive. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and don't forget to subscribe.